Hello and welcome into the Weekly Warrior Spotlight. I'm your host, Donette Logan. There is so much going on in the world of athletics this week at Thompson High School, and we have all the details you're going to want to know on this week's show, how one athlete on Thompson's lacrosse team has just made history. Plus, we will tell you how the Marching Southern Sounds plan to take us out of the world next football season, and a big invitation for the men's basketball program, as well as how Thompson wrestling team is keeping tradition alive. That and a whole lot more after a word from our sponsors.
Exit Realty, selling properties, not promises.
From Exit Realty,
go Warriors!
Shelby Auto Service is Alabaster's premier auto repair shop. We offer full-service automotive maintenance and repair with convenient online check-in and check-out, and take pride in our quick service, clean environment, and friendly staff.
Go Warriors!
Expect Care is unique because it's faith-based, it's family-owned, very family-oriented, and we base our values off of just working together as a family.
Consign Design offers friendly fashion with new and previously loved designer and boutique items at a great price. Clothing, shoes, accessories, we've got it all. Interested in becoming a consigner? Just visit our website. It's easy, and we'd love to welcome you into the family.
Go Warriors!
Leave It to Weaver has taken over monograms and more. Now Scott Weaver and his team can do all of your favorite embroidery, vinyl, and sublimation projects. And if it's upholstery you need, Leave It to Weaver is the only place to go.
Go Warriors!
Welcome back to the Weekly Warrior Spotlight. Spring may be in the air, but we are already getting ready for football season. Just listen to what the Warriors football team is doing. 5:40 a.m., they're in the gym warming up. 6 a.m., weight training. 7:20, they eat breakfast together and then off to class. It is a full morning for those guys. And as they work to get stronger for the next season, they're also working on recruiting. The Thompson team of trainers are making profile videos for each of the guys, showcasing their abilities and what they can do on and off the field and posting them on social media. And it's paying off. Several of the underclassmen are using their weekends traveling on recruiting trips. They aren't the only ones on the recruiting trail. Basketball standout Jay Green was able to head to JSU to take in a game, and while there, he met with coaches and even grabbed a picture with their mascot, Cocky. News out this week that the men's basketball team will head to New Orleans next season. The guys have officially been invited to play in the All-State Sugar Bowl National Prep Classic on January 2nd through the 4th. History has been made at Thompson High School by one senior. Senior Cade Bankovich has signed with Huntington College to play lacrosse. He's the first person from Thompson to receive a scholarship for lacrosse. If you're like me, you probably don't know a lot about the sport. In fact, it's growing so big in Shelby County, I knew I needed to find out more about it. So who better to tell me than members of the Thompson lacrosse team?
I'm not sure how many people know this, but Thompson actually has a lacrosse team, and I have some members of the lacrosse team join us now. Let's start with you guys introducing yourself. Go ahead.
I'm Cade Bankovich, class of 2024.
I'm Caleb Cornelius, class of 2024.
I'm Wyatt Uraby, class of 2026.
And I'm Zach Rotenberry, class of 2025.
So let's start with first, it is a club sport, but you guys practice at Thompson and you play a game, obviously you have Thompson jerseys. We'll start with you. What attracted you to this sport? Because it's not really big in the South.
Well, I have an uncle up north, and he's like, not for it, but there's lacrosse sticks in his garage, and I was like, that's interesting. And then I come back down here over the summer, then my friend Carson McKinley, he's like, you need to try this in middle school. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then I broke my wrist, couldn't play in middle school. Then freshman year, I finally got to pick up a stick. I started as like a midi, which that's like full field, running, doing all this. And then I was like, I got it. I did not have it at first. It was really complicated.
But you had the passion for it.
I had the passion. I knew I could strive to be the best I could be. And I'm still trying to get.
You always improve. For him mentioned in middle school, how do you even find out that there's a lacrosse team in Alabama?
Most of it has to do with youth leagues, so you'll have different divisions like 6 and under and 8 and under, 12 and under, those kinds of things. And our local team is Buck Creek Lacrosse. And so they're a club sport that does lacrosse for the community for the younger kids. And so usually that gives the kids an opportunity to get into the game, to learn about it before they get into middle school and playing in high school. But most kids here and currently on our team didn't play when they were younger, just because the sport
It's
isn't
not that big
prevalent here. Yeah.
And you guys actually play with more than just Thompson folks.
Yes, due to the fact of like person shortages, we had to merge with another team that's from Helena.
Yeah.
And now that we have them, we can have a full team, not just a varsity, but a JV too.
So you have Helena and Shelby County High Schools and Thompson.
And Thompson, and we're all just under Thompson right now.
Which I didn't know that you guys even did that. Your coach mentioned that to me. Is it now with these guys? You all have a bond. You go to school together. Is it odd playing on a team with guys that you probably didn't know until this?
It's definitely different, but after like playing together, you learn to like you gotta connect with them. Otherwise, the game doesn't go well. So, yeah, you don't really have the same bond as you do the guys like these guys you go to school with, but you still kind of connect with them anyways.
You learn away. So I have to ask. I don't know the sport, and I'm sure most people don't. You have a stick. What's it called?
I have a goalie stick. I have a big circular head with maybe a 30-inch shaft.
So explain the sport itself to me. I mean, what the purpose is, the goal of it.
Right. The purpose is
to win, I'm sure.
To win.
Yeah.
But ground balls, passing, you gotta have that. You gotta have communication. It's really key to have a good bond with your teammates. And if you don't have a good bond, and you just need to. I mean, there's nothing there. You gotta bond, work together, and
The object of the game is to get the most goals. It's like soccer.
Okay.
So and hockey kind of put together.
That's what I was about to ask. What sports it's similar to?
There is a penalty box similar to hockey. So when you get a penalty for either slashing or a cross check or something like that, then you get thrown into the penalty box for a certain amount of time. So
All I can see is a hockey ring. You have it on the side of the ice. Y'all are playing on fields. I guess it's just a makeshift box out there.
Yes,
It's
just
someone
a
drew a
string.
line.
Yeah, drew a line
you
on
get to
the
hit
field.
people. It's
Yes,
fun.
we do.
Like football.
That's why the penalty
Less
box
pads
exists.
too. Less pads. We got bruises to.
And we get sticks.
Because y'all wear pads, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not the same size as football pads.
They're not.
It's like,
No, they're
especially
way
if you're a goalie, you don't have
I
nothing.
don't have elbow pads. I got like a little chest protector that's like right here to here, and a cup. That's it.
And then he's got some gloves. And he's
And
Because it's a ball that's like a
It's about that.
Giant
big.
rubber
It's about that big.
like a softball size.
Solid
smaller.
baseball,
Baseball?
Yeah.
but way heavier. And
It's
got
all rubber.
full rubber,
Solid rubber
100%
ball.
Now he mentioned slashing and some other stuff. What is that?
A slash is, so you have your stick, right?
Yeah.
And they just vary in size. So he has like a 3-foot stick. He has a 3-foot stick, but has a really big net.
I think it's
Me-
longer.
Was it long? Is it longer? No. Ours are 6 feet long.
Yes, for defense.
We have
purposes,
really long
yeah.
sticks for defense.
Okay.
So especially on defense, but it happens on offense too. You can hit people with your stick. It does not matter. You can totally hit somebody with it. It does not matter.
But you need to
But
make
it
stick
depends on
contact.
where you hit him. If you hit him, it's like
can't
from
hit
here up
This area.
or from here down.
So football is no longer the only contact sport.
Definitely.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
We got plenty of bruises from that.
I can't even imagine. So how do you guys? When's your season take place? Like the dates and practices and stuff.
So we start practicing in like January. I think the season technically starts in February and it goes. I think it
Through
ends.
So it's considered a spring sport.
It's a year-round
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah.
You can
Okay.
play.
You can play whenever.
But your team here is on the
It's a
spring.
spring
Yes.
sport. Yes.
Okay. Now you're going to continue playing. Go ahead and tell us where you're going to go.
I'm going to Huntington, and I'm going to be a goalie.
And you're the first Thompson person to sign with Lacrosse.
Yes, ma'am.
That has to mean something to you.
I mean,
As you kind of lit up when I said that. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's just like it's for the younger kids. It's kind of like we're building a program here at Thompson, and I'm like, this is gonna make Thompson known. Like, we got our first win yesterday, and like also of someone signing that goes to Thompson. It's kind of like building up the program, and our coaches are also like want to stay there and help watch them grow.
So you'll be part of Thompson history.
Oh yes, I will.
He mentioned for the younger kids, what would you tell someone who goes home and says, Mom, I want to try this? Why should we let them go out and try?
It's a fun sport. I've never had more fun playing any sport. I played baseball growing up. I'm a huge Alabama football fan, and I think this sport is the greatest sport.
As he shakes his head, I'm guessing he's not.
He's not.
Why
He's
did you
not.
say that?
Go Dogs.
So if they're graduating, you guys will still be here. What are you hoping you see happen with the program in the next 2 years?
I'm hoping that since we've had a lot of leaders senior-wise and just upperclassmen-wise in general, like Cade and like Cornelius, who have just helped bring us up and helped us build the foundation, I'm hoping that now the foundation is set, that these two are leaving, the younger people, the freshmen coming up next year, and the sophomores that will be there this year, will hopefully be able to build even higher upon what they put down.
So, like you said, they set a really good foundation where I hope to see, maybe not next year, but the next year, I hope to see a winning season.
Yeah.
For history in Thompson, because we haven't had one at all, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, our first win yesterday, actually.
First
45 games.
45 games.
That's okay, though.
2 years.
We've got
That's 2
one.
years.
And y'all have grown and learned. I know we're going to kind of get to know you guys a little bit more on this show as we get to profile some of you guys throughout the show and kind of just find out who you guys are more. So we're looking forward to that. But thank you so much for coming on today and telling us about lacrosse. And I look forward to learning more about the sport.
Thank you.
Thank you
for having us.
Thank you.
Coming up, the senior wrestlers join us to talk about the team's tradition and the legacy they hope to leave behind. Plus, it is sure to be a show that's out of this world, a preview of the Marching Southern Sound's halftime performance for next season. You're watching the Weekly Warrior Spotlight.
Better Lawn and Gardens. We're located right here in Alabaster. We specialize in weed control and fertilizing, landscape lighting, lawn maintenance, and landscaping. We love serving our neighbors in Alabaster. Reach out for your free quote.
Hi, this is Cherie Hickey with Warrior Wellness Group, your go-to mental health provider here in Alabaster, Alabama. We service ages 6 to 99, both individual and family. Come find your inner strength here with us at Warrior Wellness Group.
Go Warriors!
Classic Nail Spa is proud to be one of the best nail salons in Alabaster. We will provide excellent service with all the new trends. Come relax and pamper yourself with us today.
Go Warriors!
Brooklear Pharmacy is your hometown pharmacy offering competitive prices on prescriptions, hormone replacement therapy, compounding, medical equipment, and immunizations. Brooklear Health Mart Pharmacy, dedicated to providing the best health care for our community.
Go Warriors!
Shelby Fence Company is a name you can trust for outstanding fencing services in Shelby County and the nearby areas. We are the preferred contractor for fence installations, and you can depend on Shelby Fence Company to provide superior fencing and gate options, including chain link, aluminum, and wood.
Welcome back to the Weekly Warrior Spotlight. I'm blessed to get to spend time with amazing athletes here in Alabaster and get to know them better. This week, I was able to meet some young warriors. Miss Grillo's second grade class at Creekview Elementary invited me to be their mystery reader. And what better book to read than Green Eggs and Ham? I promised the guys I'd put them on the show, so hello Miss Grillo's second grade class, and thank you for letting me be part of your day. Thompson's Nick Dempsey plans to trade in his red and black for purple and gold next year. The senior wrestler made it public this week that he will wrestle for the University of Montevallo next year. Nick and a few of his teammates stopped by the studio to tell us more on his plans, plus why one decided to have pink hair for the sport and the lessons they've learned on the team.
So I'm now joined by members of our wrestling team at Thompson. Guys, I want to start with you guys introducing yourself. Go ahead.
Avery Clark. I'm Paxton Miller.
Nick Dempsey. And Marley Shelowinski.
These are seniors with our team. And first, guys, congrats on a great season. I know, obviously, the goal is always to get the championship, so it didn't go exactly how you planned, but you overcame a lot this season. Nick, I want to talk to you first about this year's team and what you saw from summer to the championship, how this team had grown.
Well, from preseason, I mean, last year we also didn't win, came second, and just everyone worked hard, everyone put in the work, and we came up short again this year, but I think our team next year will do pretty good.
Talking about next year's team, Paxton, your little brother's on that team. And I know, so when you leave, you're almost leaving a little bit of a legacy behind in a way.
Yeah, I don't want to make him feel like he has big shoes to fill, which I know he does, and but I feel like he'll want that starting spot this year because he didn't get it this year, and I feel like he'll do good.
Avery, you mentioned wanting that starting spot, and I think your young classmen are hungry. They want the championship. They want to grow. As you guys being the leaders, what are you trying to teach these guys before you head out of Thompson?
To give it really everything you have and to just work as hard as possible.
Marley, I'll come to you now. I know we've talked to you before. I got to profile you before the season started and get to know you a little bit. And you guys balance so much. And people don't realize these tournaments year round, but y'all are getting on the bus sometimes on Thursdays, not coming back till Sunday. How are y'all balancing classwork and wrestling and practice?
Just do as much classwork as you can in school, and then hopefully you did enough where you don't have to do as much when you get back.
That's always the goal.
I know, yeah.
Nick, now you've been wrestling since you were in kindergarten.
That's right.
What attracted you to this sport?
So there's kind of a story behind it. When we moved up here from Florida, I went to a birthday party and I got slammed in the grass. And my dad was like, "You want to try wrestling?" Put me in and loved it ever since.
He's like, "I'm toughing you up."
Basically, yeah.
Paxton, what about you? You've also been wrestling that long.
I mean, there's not really a story. I mean, all my friends are doing it, so I'm just like, why not give it a try? And so, kind of just fell in love with it.
Avery and Marley, you guys started in 7th grade. What attracted you guys to the sport and made you stay with it? We'll start with you.
I had a couple friends that did it. I didn't really like it too much. I was more of a football guy. And then when I started wrestling, I realized it was just like an only you sport. It's only you on the mat. It's not relying on your team, really. And that's when I just liked it. I loved it.
Oh, you, Marley?
Yeah, I was doing it just to help out with football. Then eventually I just grew to like it more than I did playing football.
You mentioned how you are just you on the mat, but the points and the way it works, every time you're on the mat, you're also, I guess, wrestling for your team. Mm-hmm. Nick, can you explain that a little bit to us?
So there's 2 formats of wrestling. There's an individual tournament and then there's duels. So with duels, you're helping your team beat the other team, and then with individuals, you're getting team points, so you're winning that tournament.
So all of you guys you got on the podium. Let's talk about how you guys finished.
State champ.
State runner-up.
State runner-up.
I got 3rd.
I got that. Which is still huge because you guys have the placement, which helps your team. You know, one thing I like about wrestling is you guys do have a brotherhood, but y'all have some odd traditions. Y'all start from the hairstyles, which yours looks different now.
Yeah.
To jumping into the beach and the fountains. What makes you guys decide on these hairstyles for championships? Well, Avery, since you had one that stood out, let's go and tell me what you had, and we'll kind of explain that.
I had pink hair, but I had pink shoes. Like the bottom of my shoes were pink, so I just thought it would go good together with the white singlet they gave me. It was just something different. I had never really seen it, so I was like, might as well do it. It's my senior year's last go around. It's unordinary, so.
It stood out. What about you guys? I mean, what some of the traditions you guys have had through the 4 years you've been there?
The beach tradition is always a good one. Like, especially after you get the JV championship or the duels, depends on which one you go to. I mean, it's just all, it's cold.
It has to be cold because that's in January, February.
Yeah. But I mean, everyone runs down, and it's just fun.
My son did it this year. I thought you were going to get a cold, but you all got they run in and out. What's some of the traditions this team has had that you liked and enjoyed?
I like when everyone stayed. We jump in the fountain out of the Von Braun Center. I've always loved that tradition.
Marlon,
See, they took all of them out. I'm gonna just say, I like the one where we jump in the fountain if we stayed at the. No, definitely not. If we stayed, we jump in the fountain.
The phone tradition.
The phone tradition.
That's terrible. That's the worst.
See, there are so many traditions these guys have. I think you guys may have more than any other team on campus. And I know you guys have, how many state championships do you guys, is it 12 that y'all have?
I think it's 11.
11? Which is more than football, which people tend to forget, I think, sometimes, that you guys do have the most state championships at the school. And
no, I think it is 9.
Is it 9?
Yeah,
which is still,
it's not.
Yeah, y'all are still on up there. I think you guys do have the most out of other sport at the school. So, I mean, you guys put in a lot of work. I know right now the guys have 6 a.m. workouts. Some afternoons they have afternoon workouts. Nick, tell me a little bit about what goes on in the off season for these guys.
Hard work, cardio, just hard workouts basically. Wake up 6 a.m. Then you go to 7th period practice, and just a grind basically.
So as you guys get ready to leave for Thompson, I know you'll continue wrestling. Go ahead and say where you're going to wrestle.
I'm going to wrestle in Montebello.
Right down the road so we can come watch you.
Yep.
But I want to ask each of you guys either what you want to leave behind as a legacy or what your coaches have meant to you, how they've impacted you. We'll start with you, Avery.
A legacy I'd like to leave at Thompson is don't be afraid to try new things, like with the hair and stuff. Just, if it's your last year or something, you want to go crazy with something, go do it.
You can have pink hair on the podium too.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
Me, I mean, Barnes has really been a great coach to me since like 7th grade. It's always been there. I mean, and like same with Avery, try something new. I mean, I tried a new move and it just ended up working out for me the rest of the season.
Nick, what about you?
I mean, every coach has impacted me in a way, and I've known them since I was little, so I think I'm just grateful for them, having the opportunity to wrestle for them. The legacy to leave behind, though, is probably just fine-tune the little things, work hard, just keep the grind.
Yeah, the Thompson coaches as a whole, I think they helped shape me into the man I'm going to be and the man that I am now. And the legacy that I would try to leave is take practice seriously.
Now, before I let you guys go, my son is a freshman on your team. Y'all are all seniors as you giggle. My son's name is Brody. But y'all have nicknamed him Ronnie. So I want you all to know, they call him Ronnie at graduation. I'm going to come find each of y'all. You know that, right?
Well, Brody kind of brought that on himself.
He did.
And it just stuck.
But you guys are obviously a good impact on those of the younger classmen. I know he talks about all you guys, and I know if it's for him, it's for everybody across. So I appreciate all you guys do and the impact you've made at Thompson, and thank you guys so much.
When we come back, we check in with the Thompson cheer squad to find out what they're doing for next season. Plus, as promised, details on next year's halftime show. You're watching the Weekly Warrior Spotlight.
Buying, building, or selling, you make sure you call our team, Tim Mitchell. We will help save you thousands and put money right back into the schools, right back into the classroom and your team. So go Warriors!
Doctors Chris and Angie Canales are committed to providing state-of-the-art orthodontic care for children, adolescents, and adults. Our team works closely with you to develop a treatment plan that is best suited for your orthodontic needs and lifestyle.
Go Warriors!
Since 1980, Mr. Bug's Pest Control has remained one of Alabama's top pest control companies. From residential to commercial, we always strive to embrace our industry's latest and most current technology. We provide our customers peace of mind by knowing their pest and termite control needs are met.
Hi, I'm Jacob with Duck Doctor USA. If you would like a healthier home, give us a call today at 205-980-0800 or check us out on the web at duckdoctorbirmingham.com.
Duck Doctor says, go Warriors!
Care Direct Pharmacy has been proudly serving the Alabaster community since 2015. We're a full-service retail pharmacy, but specialize in compounding and work directly with your physician to customize treatment and care. We even have a unique gift shop.
Go Warriors!
It's now time for the DL and the Warriors. We start with the winter guard. The ladies are now ranked in the top 15 in the nation. They just wrapped up a regional competition where they competed against teams in Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, and Tennessee and took home fourth. Congrats, ladies, on that. The Marching Southern Sounds just released details on next year's halftime performance. Yes, plans are already underway for next fall. The preview video was released on social media showing a space theme for the show. The band will head to march in the St. Patrick's Day Parade in New York, and then it's back to work for the fall. They aren't the only ones getting ready for the fall. The cheer squad is actually getting ready. Video posted out this week on social media showed the girls practicing stunts already. Tryouts for next year's team is on March 22nd. That's going to do it for us here on the Weekly Warrior Spotlight. We thank you guys for joining us each and every week, and big thank you to our sponsors who make this show possible. We'll see you next week right here on Alabaster Living TV.